Now we have one item to get in the tower. We have two enemies we need to kill. Since we left via the top of the tower, all of the paths are still open. But since we are going to get into some fights intentionally, we may end up coming back to heal. Also, I don't remember the level requirement for Nana's glossary entry. I don't care that much about it. And I may well have edited it in this version of the game. I can't say for certain. I edited it in the version I edited it in the version I streamed last time. Oh, hold on. Damn it. I don't remember which of these is actually dangerous, if either. Now, when I brought up my notes, you may have noticed that I do have the location listed for the cutters. I also have the room where we are missing the chest. It's actually 3 straight rooms that I care about. It's the one after this, the one after that, and the one after that. Now this fucker is a little bit annoying. I don't remember how dangerous the cutters are. Moderately. But that is the drop we care about. Actually, she's a better comparison. It's nothing special. It can combine with... Actually, that's a lot of agility. I never noticed that. If it was at all worth a shit to... Oh, and actually that's a decent amount of crit. I mean, 32 skill, 32 agility, 8 crit, that's... I'm just kind of annoyed at it right now. And I mostly care about grabbing the chests here, because this whole area is one time. Not healing Randall is looking like it was a bad idea. Now, I'm pretty sure both cutters are in essentially the exact same location in their rooms. I just forgot that this room is a lot bigger. and has a million of these fuckers. So what I'm saying is, especially with that stagger, we're probably fucked. I was expecting to need to return. The returning after this isn't a big deal. If we die, it is. Fuck. Yeah, so, because the menu button is the same button as the, exit menu button. Yep. Completely and totally unfucking surprising. And I should save once we actually get into the tower. No, I should save once we grab Nana. But basically these stairways are hellholes. Even knowing that I really just want to try to get into a specific encounter with one specific enemy. It's difficult as hell to actually force that. Fuck it. Since we have the Sagarmatha on Nana, she has enough damage to be a decent amount of health. Actually, I probably should have checked to see if his would have hit both. Looks like it wouldn't have. So not a big deal. And I will probably end up getting in the same one fight I got into up here. Of course, this one's being a huge pain in the ass. Actually, I bet. Man, we have a decent amount of stamina restores. Are you fucking serious, game? Actually, no, since they do about the same amount of fucking damage, let's use it on the one that will actually die from it. And we have another dumbass fucking encounter after this. Neat. We have another one. Oh, apparently we, I don't fucking get the hitboxes in this game. That's probably fine. I'd have preferred to have healed Camille, but it wasn't really an option. Now though. Oh, and how much wet stuff? I think I have plenty of wet stuff. Are you fucking serious, game? Can I get him more onto the path by going down? Is there any enemy close enough for me to grab? Looks like no. Motherfucker. So it's about here. I don't know what the key is to get the enemies to come out. No, apparently it's somewhere around there. I think that's the exact same location. Oh! But it took a step closer. Also. I don't know if my mouse is visible. It's not. There are 2 enemies additionally. So even if, yeah. Even if it weren't close enough, which it isn't, I could still grab it. Fuck you, game. Come the fuck on. And if we were thinking about not jumping before, that kills that thought. Since we no longer have any healing left. But we got the 3 items we were interested in. We have 2 demon wings. We have an additional marbled meat. The marbled meat is utterly unimportant. I think the level requirement is 15, so we'll hang around and get a couple more encounters to get her to level 15. Which will coincidentally also bump Camille up a level. Or maybe it's 15 is her, Oh, that is going to be more than a couple encounters. I really wish his abilities didn't have, like, the world's shittiest range. Yeah, the bonus XP helps. Still feels like it's frequently not worth it, but... No, actually, let's... This is probably the easiest way to do it. Oh yeah, I forgot that we were leveling a whole bunch of gear up. And that's why Randolph is taking 1,000,000 damage. Not quite. Still pretty good, but... And I think that gives her her last ability. It might be at 20, I might just be misremembering. I really have no interest in getting her to level 20 though. Just as I have even less interest in getting Hiku Kumo to 25? It's something like that. And thankfully, because we did that jump, all of these stay unlocked. As I demonstrated before, if you leave through the front, everything reopens. Which is kind of weird, but I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, I should have grabbed that. That was dumb of me. Ended up not mattering. I do really like the music here, though. That's true of most areas, but, damn it. Yes, we got her last ability. That's good. We're actually in a good state then. Happy ending supremacy. It's her version of Shout, basically. Well, that last fucker coming in is a real pain in the ass. Not the least of which because we don't have the SP to do anything with Randolph. Well, fuck you very kindly too, game. At least I'd saved. Yeah. I got really worried for a sec. Actually, I think I want another energy restore. Evening it out isn't that big of a deal. I mean, especially with Randolph running a low energy setup right now. When we get to the boss, we're real close to being able to knock down that door. Yeah, we can knock it down, actually. I'll be right back. And that flashing is indicative of something important. Fuckers, they still don't want to drop the damn millet. So, Leilaria's memo. Character introductions. Randall. Super outdoorsy type, likes rats. Can it really be okay to eat those things? Aaron, person studying the Demon King Chronicle. What's so interesting about that? Always wears gloves. Just from his name, I imagine he's from a small town in the north. He also wears a crazy mask, can't miss it. Nana Lawanto. Princess. Something so avant-garde about using a fake name. Mole. Has been on the island for over 10 years. Can be a little tiring to talk to. Constantly digging a hole. Wish I could file a noise complaint. I actually understand that one. It is right next to her room. Camille. A newcomer. Could be a native islander. What's she doing here? And there's her diary. Aaron was studying various techniques. The horizontal slash seems to be a fire elemental attack. What an idiot. Note, that's the flame thing. What the fuck, web captioner? I only just noticed that it is back to being too fucking tall. God damn it. Also, it's no longer doing the new lines. God, fucking... This thing's important. You can tell that it's important. Because fucko Aaron steals it. That was me putting my cup of tea down. Apparently it doesn't like the way that I say cup of tea. So, once we actually get up there, probably going to swap out either the Rat Slayer or the Fine Pajamas for the hair. Probably, given that the Pajamas help with M defense, magic defense. And evade. Probably the Rat Slayer. Note, I'm probably gonna be kinda overpowered for the boss, if I remember the boss correctly. I say this because most of the bosses are really not set up for you to be particularly powerful. They can't really handle it. Damn it. Of course, I also apparently can't handle this fucking going up. Avoiding enemies I've avoided a million times before. So I guess I'm, you know, not really one to be able to talk. And I did look into it. The demon enemies are actually set up, the cutters are actually set up to be one-time encounters. The Snow Maiden, who I thought was set up to be a one-time encounter, actually was set up under standard red enemy logic. So given that those are guaranteed drops from the Snow Maiden, you could theoretically get as many as you want. It's just... the only thing good about them is their recover SP when defending. Nobody has enough SP right now for 10% SP to be worth a shit. I could have sworn he had that equipped for long enough to max it out. And once you've done that once, you can no longer do it again. We already got the item from over here. Very inconspicuous. Here it comes. The two-headed demon. Oh yeah, and we forgot to get that extra level. Oops. Oof. I wasn't expecting that to hit. That's an instant death attack, by the way. Fucker. As you can see, well, it doesn't matter if it's instant death or not. No, there's not going to be a good way to get that level without going back to the bottom. Motherfucker. Give me just a sec. Whatever. I'm not going to bother changing those settings. Now, yell will help a lot. Because as you can see, yell is a significant bump to agility. It's, I believe, a hidden bump to attack. I'm not sure what her base crit is anymore. And of course, Nana has a cut-in. Fucker. Yep, fuck you, game. I'm done with your shit. Okay, so it looks like it's an 8-point bump to crit and about the 30-point bump to agility. It's probably percentage-based, if I'm being real fucking honest. Oh, hey, this guarantees that she... Oh, well, wouldn't have been enough experience anyway. So I'm going to have to do something else if I want the glossary entry, but honestly, I have enough access to the glossary entries from other saves that I am not concerned in the motherfucking slightest. And I am swearing like a goddamn sailor right now. I do apologize. Nana's story ends here. I'm no longer just a girl. Now, Nana Elewanto's story can truly begin. And caveat. The Japanese name is slightly different. Her actual name is still Nana Elewanto. That's impressive, web captioner. But the pseudonym, the nom de guerre that she goes by, is Elewanto Nana, single word. And so what she was saying here is Elewanto Nana's story is over. Now Nana Elewanto's story can truly begin. Which isn't that much better. Doing... I don't know, none of them are names in English is the issue. So yeah, there it's Camille. I hope that you find a happy ending for your own story. I'm praying for it. Thank you for all you've done. And that's nice. And of course, you know, just as with Randolph, where conspicuously both his diary and Demon King Chronicle have gone missing, Nana's diary entries and Demon King Chronicle have gone missing. I wonder which fucker by the name of Aaron stole them. I wonder which fucker by the name of Aaron stole them. Only now can I truly understand Harold's feeling. Are you also a hack? Just like your buddy Harold? What? Oh, yeah. Obviously we didn't get the ones for... Now I'm gonna just make one so I can show off how these are. Now that's actually a bad comparison. The reason anything is a bad comparison... Well, I shouldn't say anything. The reason everything is a bad comparison to the hair is because there is no accessory that is as good as the hair. I'm going to bring up my other set of notes real quick. That's the... Why the... Oh, I know. That's an Excel thing I had up earlier for comparing things. Here we have all of the various items. Somewhere around here, skill. This is skill. Largest. No, this is S. Why the fuck was I thinking the hair was so good? Oh, there is no better SP item. That's what it is. There are better skill items. By a fair amount. But you don't get better SP items. I couldn't remember which one it was. Let's go back to... Huh. It's a good thing I'm not interested in using that one too much. I don't know why that... Oh, I do. Thinking about it. I have the... No. I have that all set up properly. I don't have the game capture visible. I don't know why I didn't have the game capture visible. It's a good thing I wasn't using it for anything, though. And I want to compare this to wherever the fuck the I Believe I Can Fly is. And it's got SP, it's got some crit, it's got some agility, and it's got some skill. Can you guess who gets it? If you guessed Randall. Actually, we probably have enough things to, start having him be a physical attacker for a bit. Or at least on occasion. Obviously, he doesn't have the levels with Keldalade, but one of the nice things about Keldalade, he can get the levels while still getting the extra attack bonus. It's just, it's really, really a shitty weapon in comparison to what he has. Fuck. I forget, what is the... Oh, the Amaryllis is just a lot of attack. It's not really any better or worse one way or the other. And so it's obvious. The Claymore Wind sucks as a all-purpose. It at max it's 5 attack, 5 defense. Yeah, I think this is what we're gonna go with for a little bit. He will still be... Actually... Do we have... This will probably provide him with a little bit of additional survivability. Sagarmath is as good of a sporadic guard item as we're going to have for a while. And so you might be wondering, okay, Laurasia, where is the next place you're supposed to go? Where is that 7th spot? Well, I'll show you, but first there's something I forgot about. Do we need to leave all the way again? This. Now this we could have had for a bit. It's pretty good. And the name is, of course, suggestive of something. Now, I can't say for certain if Mole is Alma. There are a few things that lean me towards that, but there's also a few things that lean me away from that. And really the only really good thing that the Alma Moon has as a weapon is that crit damage times 1.5. Neither one of our people have enough crit for it to really be worth it. It's been a while since we've had that spot open, but it wasn't that great to start with. And it's really only worthwhile as an all-purpose where it's once fully upgraded. 16 health and attack, 11 skill, 8 defense, 7 crit, and 9 agility. And that's nice and all, but that's too spread out to be worth it. And we did go all the way through the Demon King castle. This is picked up from an item available later. I think it's actually at the end of the disease. I should probably save. Oh, Jesus Christ. 6 additional bottles would have been beneficial. But yeah, it's not really an exaggeration when people say that if she were a permanent party member, if she had access to accessory slots, Nana would probably be the strongest party member. Her abilities are frankly ridiculous given that her stats are gonna suck. Wish is fucking stupid. But yeah, this is our next area. And I saved because it sucks. God damn it, Randolph. weird. Oh, and we don't have quite enough SP for a full recovery from this. So grabbing one at a time is probably preferable. It's also kind of interesting that the fish, regular fish, become aggressive, but the red ones don't. Which is in complete contrast to every other set of enemies we've had. Wait, what? And the sporadic guard is already paying off immensely on Randolph. And no, even though I previously mentioned that floor effects don't have the impact if you are in the pre-battle phase, that does not apply to these currents. The only things that get to ignore those currents are enemies. And if it seems at all like I know where I'm going, rest assured, I have no idea where the chests are here. I'm just mostly kind of going around. Getting into fights with enemies in spots where it really sucks to have them being. Fortunately, that evade from the Lucky Rabbit, which I believe goes up with each level, such that the Lucky Rabbit is actually 12? 16? Evade? And I believe that's effectively a percentage, so... Damn it. I've not checked out any of the stuff here. HP item, HP item, crappy SP item. I was gonna say there we go, and then we got three of the enemies stacked up on each other. And of course we got a crit on the first one, so fuck you, game. Like, normally when you can sit here and say a game's vindictive, it's... you know, it at least has outs. I'm not so sure I'm willing to give Demon King Chronicle outs for how vindictive it is at times. And if this seems a little bit easier than the tower, that's because for the most part it is. I'm probably going to want to make the second one of those at some point in time. Generally speaking, it's probably better than the Demon Wings, given that the Demon Wings don't really... I'll just show it. They don't provide the SP. The issue is the Demon Wings might be useful for, well, Randolph specifically. Most likely we will maintain items that are more all-purpose for Camille's plots. I'd forgotten about that one. Now down leads us to the other screen. We didn't fully grab everything, I know that. But I'm more interested in just kind of generally exploring this Because this will take a while to get everything anyway. So this can go either way. And I believe the way we want to actually go is up. It's an expensive way to kill the two of them, but I didn't trust lightning. One day I'll learn my lesson about, you know, the middle enemy is just gonna get crit and fucking blow up. For whatever reason, I thought the blue enemy was far enough away that it wasn't going to get hit. Grabbed, whatever. And I always think that that's something you can pick up. And I would be apologizing about the volume of the water shuffling noise, but I lowered that, so if it's still really bugging you, that's probably compressor settings. Which in this case is probably FFZ and not mine. I don't remember if there's anything else on this section of beach, so I will be checking real quick. Does not appear to be, but it's always worth checking. Now the crabs have a whole bunch of defense. This is also one of the spots where you can find an additional Nana. Thing. I think as with the Randolph one that I showed, it disappears when she goes to the tower. I'm not 100% certain on that. Now, if we had gotten any fucking millets, Oh. I was gonna say recipe, but I think it's actually parchment. Which is like a recipe, but infinitely more disappointing. Oh, no, it's just a shitty recipe. Now, I think we've gone through all of the available options to get millet and not gotten millet. I don't know what to do as far as the no-name rice wine. I don't think I have stuck around without getting into combat long enough to hear this much of this song before. In any of the 3 playthroughs that I streamed before this. Or the one that I did without streaming. Huh. I'd forgotten that there were crabs up here. But yeah, that song was really nice. I mean, I do have a soft spot for basically every bit of music in this game. But that song in particular was one of the nicer ones. Oh, this is a red enemy. I was thinking it was a blue one. Slightly more dangerous. By which I mean... don't look at my health. And I say don't look at my health because I know I wasn't. Really? The way the game chooses to stack enemies sometimes. Actually, let's go after the piranha first. I figured it was more likely to be the one that died, regardless of which one we were attacking. May as well actually, give it a chance in hell. Now fortunately we are strong enough to survive me being really dumb in battles. Because if we were at an appropriate level of strength, we would have died like 10 times over. Crabs in particular just tend to be very rough if you're not set up to do either a bunch of damage, as we are, or have Randolph set up for a whole bunch of magic damage, which actually, you know, we are set up for that as well. We have a few somewhat balanced items, most of which are on Randolph, and this is a different crab. It's a snail. I seem to recall it's a little bit less dangerous. A lot less dangerous. But I also believe that the shell's not... That's better than I thought it was going to be. I think that's like 24-24. If that came earlier, that'd be fantastic. It's just not earlier. So we've left the beach and now we're at the Mirage. The Mirage is a very, very short area. It would be even shorter if Hiku Kumo would turn the fuck around. And as proof that it's the next area, actually, we have sufficient fragments for 2 bottles. And we can sell a whole bunch of that stuff. I don't think we have enough to buy anything. We shouldn't anyway. I don't know if the snail's a one-time enemy or not. So the expensive stone's very expensive, the decorative plant's very expensive. The 3-legged frog is pretty expensive, and the Xenogalus is also fairly expensive. Now the Xenogalus is worth it. These are the weapons once they are at level 3. Now, yeah, that's pretty good. Now, the problem for the Xenogalus is the time that we would need to purchase it for it to be good is right now. Because we are about to get the Praying Mantis Axe. And shortly thereafter, we're going to get the Holy Sword that cuts the dark. So it is kind of in a spot where it's just kind of fucked. And somewhere around here is the 3-legged frog. 3-legged frog's one of the endgame level armors. As an all-purpose, it's actually still pretty good because it's decent amount of SP, decent amount of defense, a little bit of crit. Oh yeah, what do we need for the twin tails? Why don't I have the recipe for twin tails? Now I'm concerned. I think the recipe's in the snowfields. Oh yeah, we have cash now. We can get some of the perks. The one we picked up, take 50 damage in an attack. Damn it. We have 9 perk points. We will not be able to purchase enough to spend all of those. We don't have that kind of money. Now, agility. 4 agility is good. crit and agility for Camille are both fantastic and worth it. Stamina and energy, not so much for either character, in my opinion. Skill, or I think this is attack, it's tough to say which one is better. I think they're both 10. And the reason that I say that it's tough to say which one is better is Randolph's completely viable either way. I've done plenty of builds where it was as effective or more effective as a melee character than Camille. Because with them at roughly the same level, you know, their stats are actually pretty comparable. For the most part, I'm probably... Yeah, that's 15. And we don't have the 1800 gold. And I don't think that grabbing a prior one would help me here. Oh, it does. Okay. Now these are very, very useful. The SP recovery one in particular, because that maxes it out at, I think, 12 SP recovered, might be 15 SP recovered. It's quite a bit. Now, it's still percentage-based, it's still all the same shit as before, but it's pretty good. And of course, the bit of extra skill will already be showing itself off. The agility won't be quite as obvious. And the reason that I say that is because, generally speaking, the gap from 40 until about 80 feels the same. And it sucks. It's not really until you get 90, and really not until you get to about 95, that attacking feels decent. You're just at such a... You're at a high percentage to hit, to get your second attack, and yet it doesn't happen so much of the time that it sucks ass. Same bird wings. I seem to recall those are pretty good, with the caveat of still probably not good enough to actually use. If the Lucky Rabbit wasn't so good, because it provides good magic defense, it provides good evade. If the Lucky Rabbit were not such a good defensive item, the Stained Birdwing would be worth considering, because that's a lot of HP. Well, it's not a lot of HP, I think it's 12 HP. Once leveled. I think it's 24 defense and 16 agility. That's good. That is, you know, fantastic. The issue is I don't have a spot to put it on Camille. So the spot to put it on would be on Randolph, or, you know, somebody else who's suffering a similar thing. But if it's a melee character, most of the time the Demon's Wings are just better because of both the more agility and the crit. And these just kind of suck. It's not surprising almost every drop from a red enemy... Well, I shouldn't say that. Almost every drop from an enemy at this point in time is not going to be worth it. And I attacked the wrong enemy here. The hawks are the more dangerous ones. As you can see, the hawks have less HP and do a little bit more damage. I'm really not concerned. This area is like, I don't know, 8 screens? If that? Including optional side screens that I'm not going to be going down this time? This area is just very, very short. Which is good, because the enemies in it really suck. And for the record, there is almost a 100% chance that that room that you can see to the top right will be forgotten about by me. It contains either 1 or 2 chests. I don't remember exactly. But it's a room I need to come back for roughly 100% of the time. Oof. Actually, can light axe hit both of... No. Motherfucker. Of course Camille didn't get 2 hits. Once we get the Desert Hawk down, I will try. Well, it might be safer just to have... God damn it. I should have healed. Oh! I was unaware that proficiency could go up while you were dead. That's one of the reasons why I have been trying to keep people alive. With that knowledge, well, no, most of the time the issue is they're underleveled and they're going to gain a level or 2 just from being in the fight. At which point in time, it's still more valuable for them to get the experience. There's another room over there. I think that's one of the rooms that really... No, the room that I'm thinking of. You come in from the right, I think. And it has one of the more hilarious Nana quotes. Stating that it's very calm there. Despite the fact that there's like 40 birds in the damn room. Exaggerating, of course, but there's a stupid amount. And now we are never forced to go around ever again because this jackass didn't open the goddamn thing. Model ship, very well crafted. And for some reason, we can't break these. Little tiny boulders. So we can't get to that chest. I was thinking there was another chest for some reason. My enemy is too strong. Please, lend me your strength. So, the praying mantis axe. it looks like it sucks. I wouldn't fault anyone for thinking that. The Praying Mantis X increases by 0.9 of its base every time it levels up. 0.9 of 30 is 27. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. Why the fuck is it 111 then? Oh, because 7 times 3 is 21. I'm fucking dumb. So, 81 plus 30 is 111. So, obviously, given that that's almost the same as Camille's attack without the Amaryllis, and the Amaryllis maxed out is only like 44 or some bullshit, and that this provides agility, it's pretty obvious this is going on Camille for a while. And the Mask of Determination. It gains 1 of its base every time it levels up. So maxed, that's 44 defense, 40 skill, 12 crit, unless I can't read that, and 20 health. That's a lot. That's roughly on par with the Zara Mantle. And I think if we scroll down a little bit, it's... Oh, it's not. I was thinking it was. I was thinking it had something. Oh, but I want to show off what these do as all-purpose anyway. I don't know why I always try to go down. It's a lot of attack, it's a lot of agility. Because it increases by 0.9 every level. The Mask of Determination is just 40 agility. No big. Now, there is an argument to be made that the Mask of Determination, because of that skill, is a better piece for Randolph. But ultimately, most likely, you're not going to be having it on as a piece of armor. You're going to be having it on as an all-purpose. The 40 agility is not that good for him. Additionally, most likely, you're going to care more about the crit from this piece than you are the lack of agility relative to your other armors. I don't know why my voice is cracking. And the reason I say that is because none of the top tier armors that you're actually going to probably use as armor have agility. So, it is what it is. The reason for that, I know why that happens. It's because I'm using numpad things to change these scenes. That's my dumbass. The reason for that is, you can see the ages here. It has agility. It has a very good all-purpose piece. Here. That's quite a bit of attack, that's quite a bit of defense. It has sporadic guard. The Delusion Cocoon also has sporadic guard. I know these numbers aren't the same, that's because this is the base. Whatever. The Mask of Determination is just, it's too low on defense, even with all of its other things, to really be that good of a piece. So, yes, for now, for 15 fights, Camille will be a little bit weaker. Then she will be much stronger. Soul Shackles are another one of those that they seem like they should be really good, but just don't end up playing out. The Ares Clothes, they're okay. Ultimately, until late game, defense just doesn't matter that much. And yes, the Sagarmatha's Sporadic Guard has already saved Randolph's ass a whole bunch of times. And even with that, it's not that good. Randolph's probably just going to be defending most of the time. One of the issues with not having accessory slots is just the fact that means the only items that you have that can provide you anything are things like the Alma Moon, the Caldolade, and the Book of Manslaying. That's about fucking it. That ain't very good. I would like to know what that is saying up top. Oh yeah, there's... Now, it's unlikely that, I've already oh, there it is. What I was going to say is, it's unlikely we are going to, really be that effective against these enemies for a while. The Heart of Stone is nice because it does make Camille more effective. It actually does also make Randolph more effective, but it's not perfect. Fortunately, the enemies here do provide a lot more experience than the enemies in the tower did. But that's necessary, because Hiku Kumo sucks ass. And indeed, having saved, we're, instead of trekking his ass around, we're gonna get the item levels elsewhere. Still here, but not with his ass. The reason for that is because a couple levels, even just a level on that weapon of hers, and Camille will be doing a lot more damage. As she gets more agility and more attack. We're not really going to get to a high enough point where she will have enough agility to consistently get that second attack. But she's getting there. Slowly but surely. That's good to know that lightning takes those out. I'm actually not moving because I am making a change I should have made a while ago, probably before I started streaming. I'd mentioned previously having a pair of ritual motion gloves, and I probably should have had those on. The little bit of compression really helps a lot with reducing the hand fatigue from doing shit like this. Damn it, Randall. Fortunately, these areas are, for the most part, not that dangerous. Largely because the enemies are not as dangerous as I remember them. I don't know. And that was a marbled meat, just in case it was unreadable. Another one, they're just used for recipes. Fortunately, the drop rate on these enemies seems to be pretty good, especially when we get a whole bunch of them. And of course, we still have a whole bunch of healing left to us. And Camille's already a lot more powerful. That level on her gear. So yeah, 60 was about what she was doing with crits before. This is the room. So you notice there's a whole bunch of birds, and they're just sitting there, just chillaxing. until you open this chest. The Daybreak Club. Now, the Daybreak Club was one of those pretty good weapons. And I believe it's actually just the upgrade of the Sagarmatha when it comes to the accessory slots. So it's still going to find use even before Randolph finishes off that Kelvolade. But we're going to take this slow, because there's no reason not to, really. And also because these enemies are more dangerous than I've been giving them credit for. Especially when there's, you know, like 30 of them or something. Now, one of the nice things about upgrading Randolph's attack, regardless of whether you are using him as a caster or not, is that all of his spells do have some level of contribution from attack. Most of them it's not very high. With his better spells, it's higher. Specifically with his ultimate spell, I believe it has a very good contribution from his attack power, which makes it so it really doesn't matter if he is a caster or a physical attacker for it. And correspondingly, I seem to recall the name of it has Dragon in it. So we don't have quite enough glass fragments for another bottle, but we are going back. And the reason for that is twofold. One of them's just selling shit. Well, it's threefold thinking about it. Also, do I have anything for recipes? Maybe fourfold. Oh yeah, the Sesame Sagare. I want to show off what the sesames do, which is, it's not fucking much. White sesame, SP, black sesame, HP. I don't know why I pointed at my monitor like there's a fucking camera or anything. Sesame Sagare, HP and SP. Boo fucking hell. Whoop-de fucking do. For some reason I was thinking we would... I don't know. Don't ask me. And these are, of course, Randolph's. They're not very effective. They're certainly not the 15 skill that this one was. So Inferno or attack up. Now I think the attack up is there so that there's a cheap item here. Now I don't believe we have the SP necessary for... Oh, I guess we need one more broken. I don't believe we have the SP necessary for that final level of SP recovery maximum up. I don't give a shit. It's still one of the most effective perks we can get. just flat out. The only thing that has anywhere near that level of efficacy are skills. There aren't that many skills. And the other thing we're going to check out. I have to consider this for a second. The Demon King Castle, I believe, has some chests we missed. I shouldn't say this in front of the thing where I know we have the ability to check. Demon King Castle, 4 chests. Snowfields, 3 chests. I don't know where those are. Seashore, 6 chests. Leviathan Depths, 4 chests. Leviathan Depths, in case you missed the pop-up because I didn't call attention to it, is the area with Hiku Kumo. Mirage. Oh, yeah, the one in the depths that we need to open up from the ship. Oh, Snowfields is going to be a pain, thinking about it. Because I have no idea where the hell it is that I missed. Instead, I'm going to take the dumbass option. Because I can always take the dumbass option. And Hiku Kumo stays around. Now, the disease is not going to seem that dangerous if I do my job. It's going to be difficult to do my job. I've already fucked up. Yeah, we don't have the damage to take that out. Those flies are the things you want to take out first. And they have more health than I realized they had. Also, I need more agility, so that means item leveling. Yeah, agility is one of the reasons why that, fucking... I don't know why it came back up. Why that, can't think of, the Praying Mantis Axe sticks around a long time. No, nothing here is remotely dangerous, so... Have we done down? I'm still gonna try to avoid grabbing too many enemies, not because of any sane reason, but because to maximize fights. Yeah, this is just this. Can we see a way to get there from above? Is there a way to get there from above? It does not look like it. Nope. I don't think these things can even do damage to us, so... Oh. As the game proves me wrong. Now, it's probable that we missed it in one of the areas connected to one of these. And the reason that I want the snowfields in particular is I think, thinking's very dangerous, but I think this is the area with the recipe, the twin-tail recipe. It's certainly possible we missed it in the first area. Or in whatever area is connected to that. Might have been in the other side, is the issue. One of those annoyances of the way these areas are set up is frequently designed to be as much of a pain in the ass as possible. And it's also possible that I just didn't walk far enough in one direction or another to see the recipe. Like it could have been here or something. Of course, if it was on one of these things down here, I don't know 100% that I'd be able to see it anyway. So that's up there. We're not yet at the point of getting stronger SP, or not SP, stronger skill items in the hair, but I do think we still want to grab a another lizard tongue for that eventual time. Since the Chatty Barber is kind of our strongest attack item. And even once we are past the point of the Chatty Barber being a good attack item, it remains a good item on the basis of wherever the hell it is there, providing 3 crit. So yeah, you eat hair and a lizard tongue and you gain 3 crit. Seems legit. Ask anybody. Please don't eat hair or a lizard tongue. Actually, how are they even being used in the accessory slots? Okay, yeah. I fucked this one up. Also, thinking about it, another piece of equipment we don't have is the black dress. Where the fuck's the black dress? I would not be surprised if they are in the same location. So let's go back to the end of the snowfields. And this location is actually a convenient one to have because this drop is a convenient one to have. Eventually. Long, long time from now. Oh wait, it'd be that, this top one over here. Okay, so it's not that. And I went out this one. Which suggests to me that it's probably this bottommost exit. I was thinking this led somewhere else, but it doesn't. It just leads to the Rat Slayer. And I don't recall... I don't believe Randolph says anything about it. I should have looked that up. So once we come over from this side... Unless that's where we come out of, that might be where we need to head to. Yeah, it does not look like that's where we come out of. It also doesn't look like there's other entrances useful. Maybe. Okay, so this is for this. I did already grab this. So we want to check the top right of this upcoming screen. Not why I did that. I don't know if we've checked that hole. It's about both. In this case, it's mostly about grinding items. But theoretically, it's about a demon. Oh no, this is... Oh. I mean, the Japanese title is Demon Story. So. And that's the one that we came out of from the left side. What the fuck is down from here? I'm actually looking for a specific recipe. Well, they're all specific recipes. But I know one of the items I missed in here is a recipe. I just don't know where the hell it is. The worst part is there could very easily be a recipe on the ground in the snow, and I'm just absolutely blind. Well, that is actually looking more likely, since that's the second to last chest here. Now I'm wondering if I really did just pull a 100% blind moment. Actually, no, this is, I think, a little bit closer to the lizard tongue enemy. I know there was a recipe up there, I don't know if I grabbed it. That would be embarrassing, given that I was grinding there. Oh, it might also be over here. I don't know if I ever checked this out. Well, apparently I did. And I'm probably misremembering how many screens are between this and the... Oh, yeah, it's... the spot I need to go to. Or think I need to go to, anyway. Yeah, because there's also a transition. So I think that I was thinking the hole out of there was this one, which is like one screen away from the little ledge, and not the one that I actually came from, which is like 6 screens away from the little ledge. I don't think that's the recipe. Okay, so this tells me I am at least not 100% blind. I will need that recipe eventually, though. And at some point in time we hit the second level on that, and okay, he maxed out Codolate. So they are both a lot more capable physically than they were last time we dicked around in the Mirage. And we have enough fragments for a bottle. I'm not concerned about a single bottle. Not at the point where we are at. I'm saying no entirely because I want to move this. So we can go left and grab that, or we can go up around and hit this. I think hitting that is the more important. So up, up, right, right. And if we are feeling a little bit adventurous beyond that, we can hit this one. We're not going to. Not to start. Not unless Hiku Kumo was able to survive really well. Oh, and actually, I just wasn't sure which was better. Now, it is of course called the Leviathan Depths because of those whales, which are leviathans. Now, Hiku Kumo's stats suck. They will continue to suck. His spells suck. Hiku Kumo in general is just not good at much of anything. He will eventually have like 500 health and be absolutely worthless because his stats are terrible, his skills are terrible, and even though, as I mentioned, the HP and SP recovery are percentage based, they have a numerical cap, which makes having lots of them not worth it. Also, with our stat gains, by which I mean our higher stats from better equipment and equipment leveling up, we're actually having a pretty easy time of this. Now, one nice thing about coming up here is that there's a whirlpool. Whirlpools send you the fuck back. I don't know why I just walked back in. For whatever reason. And I'm good about it with other people, but with other people you don't have reason to return. I think that's it. With Hiku Kumo, you have a reason to return. Now, the Magnificent Zenith is maxed. Now, what does it do? It's just like it is as a defensive thing. It provides a fair number of variety of stats. Provides the same amount of SP or of skill as the Varnished Birdwing. The Varnished Birdwing is, of course, better as an armor, but it provides evade as an all-purpose and magic defense. It's one of those, I really wish I had 2 Varnished Birdwings more than like this Magnificent Zenith. But I don't have that option. And Zaramantle kind of sucks as an all-purpose. Although that agility is nice. The Splendid Leviathan provides a lot of defense and nothing else. I don't know that this is actually a worthwhile trade. The 36 defense with the Varnished Birdwing as a defensive slot, I don't think is actually worth it. It's weird. Oh, and the... Oh, that actually is better than I was thinking it was. And it's a stagger item, which is eventually important. That might be good to have leveling up anyway. Yeah, he's already gotten to level 10. Somewhere in this screen is... yeah, there we go. Oh, we probably want to check out the Leviathans. Don't know what mermaid blood does. HP. It's a decent HP item. So, the... I'm pretty sure titular Leviathans. Bumps it up to 49. Random variable. Okay, whatever game. Yeah, greatly increased, 5%. I also don't know what slime does. A little bit of attack and HP. And the placebo really would have been useful if we didn't already have the hair. How the fuck am I doing that? So Randolph can, not very consistently, but sometimes, do about the same amount of damage as Camille. Of course. That'll provide a little bit more survivability for him. Well, that was not lucky. Actually, just attacking is probably sufficient. I say as it turns out not to be. It's either this screen or one screen up from here that has a item. Looks like it's probably one screen up. Oh no. Yeah, it's just all in room. Oh, and we can see this enemy. This enemy, which has quite a bit of health, is the King of Herrings. It has a drop we want. Not because it necessarily has a drop we want, I don't actually know what the drop is, but because it might have a drop we want. And if that sounds like completely and totally head-ass logic, that's because it is. Fortunately, there is one that is, I believe, easy to grab right on the other side of this. Never going to be the first enemy, but sometimes it'll be the second. Oh, nice. That's a, apparently we've been in 100 fights since then. And sometimes it can even miss. It can't drop its item. That would be too kind. But it can miss. Okay, yeah, we still need to use the spells just to kind of guarantee that. Guava. More guava. Guava doesn't have a purpose. It's not a good item. It wasn't good when we got access to it a while ago. It's not better now. Basically what I'm saying is, I don't understand why it's here. Cane scale. The name sounds a lot better than the actual effect is. Spec Sender. This one is another pretty good weapon. As a all-purpose, it only provides attack, but that's sometimes helpful. And it's a very strong weapon with a nice range. Shit. And Hiku Kumo is already up to 188 health at level 15. He is good at one thing, it is gaining health. Oh, it might have hit both of them. That's actually better than anticipated. Oh wait, this isn't actually helpful. Well, it might be helpful. I'm not 100% certain. Yeah, there's a whirlpool back. That's fine. We can drop Kumo off. We can double check that we got all the items. Don't even need to go back. Dink, 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 and dink. Yeah, you can actually move it here and make it so that you can't get to over here. I do like that the shadow of the, this big ol' shadow is actually, you know, does darken your character. It's kind of neat. Oops, I meant to grab the bottle first. I'm not going to sell the bushy tails yet. The reason for that basically boils down to the twin tail recipe uses bushy tail and monkey tail. If we ever find it, I'd like to be able to make it. Or a couple of them. They might sell well. I don't know for certain. I don't remember. Did we get the I don't think we got the Leviathans drop. I don't know what the Leviathans drop. If I was smart, my Excel sheet would have, you know, would correlate enemies with what their drops are, so I actually know. Wow. Good enough. Ah, spermaceti. I think that's whale fat. It's not very good. And I think one of the reasons that almost all of these, aside from the one with Randolph, have this healing room and save room in the area where you would potentially drop them off, is because I'm pretty sure if you leave while your characters are dead, you just get a game over. Which, I mean, fair, but kinda rude. Oof. So I can't really see the mermen. I know they're blue, which isn't helping things. But until we get into the pre-fight thing, I can't see them. They show up better against the purple pre-fight water than against the blue regular water, which I guess to be expected. Now, because we cleared that boulder, that has a different get into fight box than I was expecting. Oh, we can just go up. Normally that passage, that little passage we went through would have been blocked. And there's no items here. There's just that big shadow. And a white whale. Now we're gonna try to get Shout Up, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I think for the most part I'm probably going to be defending with Hiku Kumo. Or using items. So yeah, the white whale isn't particularly strong. The gold doubloon is very important if you don't find the lucky rabbit, because it is one of, I think, 2 items in the game with that double drop rate. But yeah, that was barely a fight. It's not even that much more difficult than the Leviathans. There is no healing magic, no starfall magic, no holy sword that cuts the dark, No secret resurrection magic to bring loved ones back. Because we live in a world, in such a world, we continue to write stories. That's what I was told by the man to whom I owe my life. In the next story, I am sure that I will meet a grisly end. If that does come to pass, it will not be in vain. My sacrifice will become someone else's courage. That's the kind of story I'd like to be. That's right, just like your own. Thank you. Now, if you're paying attention, you'll have noticed, hey, Lauratia, your dumbass forgot something. Yeah, I did. I, in fact, just realized it. That's why I'm going to go back and save, but not in the same slot that I've been saving in, because that would be counterintuitive. And what do we have here? We acquired a white willstone. Well, that, as I will show, was in a specific room. Now, also, I never read Hiku Kumo's journal entries because I wanted to be able to read them all at one point in time. But I had completely forgotten that the Leviathan Depths is a fucking joke. I'm out hunting the great white beast. I've headed towards the mirage to face it. Hello there. Demon King Chronicle Chapter 2, The Ocean. Looks to be an old book. Kumo's Story 1. Hey. As I sat with my head down, I heard a voice above me. I lifted my face and locked gazes with Eretz. Not enough sleep? Geez, you really don't have a care in the world. He smacked me on the shoulder hardly. Ouch. This natural ease he possesses reminds me of the differences between people. Even though we were about to kill a person. I'm counting on you, Kumo. Whole world rests on your actions. Eretz returned back to his usual spot, beside the rocky shore. Once again, I'm left in silence. A cold wind teases my face. Bathed in the pale moonlight, I hid myself in the bushes. Eretz. From what I can tell, he's a reprehensible villain. He not only steals without remorse, but uses violence as his first resort. Where did I go wrong? I'm now an accomplice to his diabolical crimes. The target of tonight's plan? We're supposed to remove a specific old man from this world. According to Eretz, the old man will be visiting this area tonight. I admit that I too wish for this old man's death. However, right now, I'm praying that he doesn't appear. I want this plan to end in failure. Being a part of this plan terrifies me. With such an important position, I feel like I'm being crushed by the responsibility. Very soon, at this rate, if nothing happens, if the day breaks, he's finally here, so get ready. At the sound of Eretz's voice, I snapped back to reality. In the distance, spotted an old man, outlined in the pale moonlight. It was Zelfi Elewanto. And that's the connection. Well, I guess technically, the connection for Randolph might also be Eretz, so the connections are either Eretz or Zelfi. But in a different way, Randolph's connection is also Zelfi, because he's probably that brother. That's weird. Zelfi Alawanto stood in front of Eretz, with 4 burly guards flanking him. "Long time no see." Eretz raised one hand in greeting. The old man's reply was silent. No reaction. I can't read his expression. It's the first time I've seen the real Zelfi Alawanto, the man known as the Virtuous King 20 years ago. Couldn't sense any arrogance from that face covered in wrinkles. He was less like a madman and more like a man already half dead. The sword at his hip was the infamous star collar. The eerie silence blanketed the scene. Crickets chirped. Zelfi muttered something. His quiet voice did not reach my ears. No, it didn't work out. I could easily hear Eretz's huge voice, completely out of place in these surroundings. So how about this? Eretz shifted his center of gravity ever so slightly forward. How about I become the hero? Right here, right now. Eretz put a hand on the sword at his side. Eretz put a hand on the sword at his side. The 4 escorts stepped forward and formed a wall in front of the old man. As if in concert, Eretz took a half step back while drawing his sword. His sword was already halfway out of its scabbard. The moment when he finishes drawing his sword, that moment exactly, that is my signal to strike. I had a small tool in my hands. It was a collection of handheld explosives, a special bomb. I call it a bomb, but it has no killing power. It only makes a very loud noise. It may not cause any damage, but the sound it makes is more than a human can handle. That's the core element of this plan. I detonate the bomb, creating a momentary flash of white. That is our opportunity to strike. Eretz, with that sword of his, he will slay Zelfi Alawanto. Drawing his sword little by little, Eretz began to retreat. Not yet, not yet. The timing isn't right yet. Draw them a bit closer. Not yet, not yet. Eretz's sword hasn't cleared the scabbard yet, not quite yet. The escorts step forward, shifting his center of gravity. Eretz's sword still isn't out of its scabbard yet. Not yet, not quite yet. Not yet, not quite yet. Not drawn yet, not just yet. Not drawn yet. It's drawn. My chance is now. A quick gust of wind. I haven't done a single thing. Yet 4 heads rolled across the ground. Eretz didn't make a move either. And the 4 bodies suddenly tumbled over. When did he draw his sword? Zelfi Alawanto holds his sword in his right hand. Well then, Zelfi Alawanto, the man treated as a hero for the last 40 years. He slowly advances, sword in hand. Try me if you dare. In front of him stands Eretz, completely dumbfounded with shock. Star Collar had drunk the blood of 4 people. Its blade glowed a fiery crimson in the moonlight. The battle's over. One of Eretz's eyes has been cut out, and half his face is covered in blood. Suddenly, I realize I'm missing 2.5 fingers. Through the shock, I feel like crying out as pain lances through my body. However, the battle is finally over. The old man is sprawled out with the tip of Eretz's sword in his throat. The cat burglar Eretz, and my homeless and jobless self. The 2 of us managed to defeat the Sword Saint. This result was in no way a certainty. This is the result of our gamble, a once-in-a-lifetime chance that we took, blessed by the goddess of luck. Eretz, with his sword at his longtime enemy's throat, grips the hilt of his sword and prepares to finish it. Take care of my daughter, Zelfi Alawanto muttered weakly. Sure, the girl from before, Eretz replied back. That girl suffered through so much just because she had you for a grandfather. I have no idea what they're talking about. Nana, I'm really so sorry. The old man's voice was shaking. The clever sparkle in his eyes, the strong aura of the sword saint, it had all disappeared in this moment. All that was left was a pitiful dying old man. Zelfi was resigned to his fate, with both eyes closed. Eretz was clearly shaken. You didn't. Really? What I saw in that next moment was Eretz falling to the ground. You had the power. Zelfi lies, soaked in the blood of his foe. And you had the luck. Zelfi held a dagger in his right hand. Ignore the art that makes it look like it's his left. However, you lacked true ruthlessness. Zelfi calmly stood up. I have no idea how I got away. I wondered how far back my pursuers were. I just ran towards the coast with Eretz on my back. I could see an island in the distance. If I can make it there, maybe we can hide safely. Under the night sky, Eretz and I took off into the sea. Which is exceptionally dangerous. One morning, Eretz just disappeared. On that day, we escaped to this island, and Eretz barely survived his brush with death. Eretz, with a wild look in his eye, swore to attempt the plan once more. Even though one eye was missing, he was still the same man he always was. I promised I would follow him anywhere. Eretz is my savior, the man who gave my life meaning. Eretz slowly began to recover while recuperating on that small peaceful island. Every single day, Eretz took his sword in hand and reforged his broken body. I began to draw up a plan. Those were very productive days. However, one day, Eretz just disappeared. He went out to fetch water and never returned. I searched through Eretz's belongings, along with his junk and supplies. A very old book was tucked away. Demon King Chronicle. It wasn't even a full book. It looked like half was cut away, with only chapter 2 remaining. From that day, I began reading the Demon King Chronicle. I made a habit of reading it every day. I wanted to see and experience the same things as Eretz had. A cat burglar and an average man. How this combo came to be is anyone's guess. We planned to defeat an evil force and be hailed as heroes by all. It was a very clear-cut story. At one time, this was the story Eretz and I had envisioned. Now it's just a fictional story, like so many others. Somewhere along the path, something got set off track. Clear to me now. During that final moment of triumph, Eretz just couldn't rid himself of mercy. It was just like Ritzia in the Demon King Chronicle. Having won the battle with the demon whale, Ritzia knew pity and returned it to the sea without delivering the final blow. A beautiful story. However, reality doesn't work that way. Our merciful actions didn't lead us to some wonderful ending. I will carry on Eretz's will. However, before I can do that, there's an enemy I must defeat. Beyond the endless sand dunes, deep inside the mirage. My enemy awaits me there. And I love, even though it's not relevant now, that the music doesn't change until you leave the room. Because it is really good music. So, related to one of those, I will carry Eretz's will. What did we just pick up? We picked up a white willstone. And in case that seems like, oh, well that seems like kind of a stretch, Laurasia. I can find the damn thing. An existence that inherited someone's memories. Yeah. So that's probably Eretz. Oh, and we also didn't get Kumo leveled up enough to get his. Now, where's Aaron? You might be asking. Well, he's not over here. He's not in his shop. The 3 books are missing. We don't really have much to sell. Unfortunate. And the other thing that kind of points towards it, towards Eretz having been dead for a while, we won't learn this for a little bit, but Xenogalos is Eretz's sword. There is someone who was living in this room before. Very likely Eretz. So Aaron is a writer. Well known that a certain species of rat can act as an agent for the disease. However, since the successful eradication, this is a thing of the past. Even still, the people have not been able to forget their fear, still cowering at the sight of a rat and continuing to cut down the flowers that serve as their food. Which explains why everybody in that one town was terrified of the rat. The rat that showed up out of seemingly nowhere. That they weren't 100% certain existed. And so this field is interesting. All 3 have yet to arrive, but that can't be helped. It's now time to end this story. Time to finally fulfill the promise I made. And so, Aaron. Is exactly the level of joke you expect him to be. He was, at least temporarily, possessed by the blue wheelstone. And you might be asking, well, wait a second. If he was possessed by the blue wheelstone, might we become possessed by the white wheelstones? Well, no. We're not weak enough. Camille and Randolph have enough sense of self to not be possessed by the wheelstone. And you might be wondering where the fuck the book is going. Yo, book, where are you going? Well, you know that thing that I said we needed to open eventually? Yeah, that's where it's going. And this is the imagination. It takes a while to load in the first time. It's like a cutscene. It's kinda neat, really. And you can kinda see the flames there. I don't remember if those were enemies or not. But we're not doing the, based off the fact that we should have been close enough and they didn't cause a fight, I'm going to say that no, they are not enemies. I may have been misjudging, but... toward the end of stories, And Aaron's back. Possessed by Harold's Willstone. I've told you everything I can. The ending for this story is not incredibly complicated. Bring this story to its conclusion. You're the only person who can finish it. And of course, Harold grabbed the blue Willstone from its original spot up here. But now is not the time for this. Now is the time for the disease. Well, more specifically, now is the time where I'm about to end stream, but once we, come back Monday, it's the time for the disease. So, roughly 3 hour streams, and we are 7 hours in. That kind of tells you how much time I've lost.